Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Today I'm at Midwest Auto Collection and we're checking out a real sleeper. Most people don't really know what this is, but I do. It's a 2014 Cadillac CTS V-Sport. Twin turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, an absolute lightning rod, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now under the hood of the CTS V-Sport, this is the twin turbocharged version of the 3.6-liter 6-cylinder engine. Without the turbos, this is a great engine. Fast, great low-end torque, but when you add these turbos, it takes it from a great engine to a all-out, powerhouse. This is routed to an automatic transmission, does go to the rear wheels. An extremely comfortable car to drive and fully loaded. It's got virtually every piece of tech you can get on a car, which we'll show you all that. But I mean, really a great flexible engine, a car that if you really didn't dip all the way in, you wouldn't know it had all that kind of power, but when you need it, it is there. There's a couple different drive modes you can use from the driver's seat, but we'll show you that shortly. The CTS is sincerely excellent overall, but we'll walk around it, just take a look at the condition. One of the things I always like to focus on, especially with dark cars, is the reflection of the paint. And you can see, obviously, as I'm walking along, just check me out all the way through there. You'll see me clear as day, but really just gorgeous condition all the way across. All original. Now the wheels on this are an 18-inch set of Verde wheels. They are not the factory. This was a custom upgrade, but got great rubber on here. Probably 70–80% left on the tires that are on here. Just to give you an idea how solid the car is. It's exactly what you'd expect. Just to show you, the driver's side looks just like the passenger side. It really is excellent all the way down. Again, solid doors, open and closed. Just a good solid car. This is probably one of the best cars GM makes, but I think everybody knows that. While the CTS definitely isn't the largest car in the world, it does have a rather cavernous trunk. Since it's a keyless entry car, it's got the smart key, so all I have to do is have the key in my pocket, hit that, it'll pop right open. And yeah, it goes nice and deep here. And the previous owner actually left you a set of the V-Sport Cadillac frames, so those will stay back here. So when you get your plates, you pop them on. Got a little something more to bling the car out with. Even those in the rear get treated to premium accommodations. Again, got the side sunshades here on the door for both sides. Automatic climate control here. You've got setting for the rear and then also heated seats on the outboards. But this seat up here is pretty much where I would set it if I was sitting up there. I'm right about 5 feet tall. Got a little fold down armrest here with some built-in cup holders. But I wouldn't mind sitting back here for a few hours. And then this panel roof lets light in for all the occupants of the car. I'm just going to jump in here, but I'm going to call this the command center because it really does feel like a CTS V, which obviously is a much more substantial vehicle. But getting in, I mean, these seats are fantastic. They are sport seats. They do have an extended thigh support here, so if you want a little bit of extra cushioning there for a long trip. But the bolsters are adjustable. They're awesome. Push button ignition. Just hit the button, it fires right up. But a full set. This is basically a TFT screen. It's like electroluminescent display, all virtual. You're basically watching a TV for all your gauges. Heads-up display, that is something that if you're familiar with GM's been a pioneer with heads-up display. It's actually made its way into a lot of luxury cars now. You can get BMW, Audi, I think even Mercedes-Benz has a heads-up now. But it gives you the way it's set right now, I've got the speedometer and the engine revs. So as I rev it, I can actually see the tachometer go. But awesome layout. This really does have everything. Adaptive cruise, heated steering wheel. It's got lane departure warning. It does have the park sensors all the way around, but this is what's kind of cool is that as you near an object, there's actually a sensor in the seat, so it buzzes. It almost, I guess the best way to describe it, it almost feels like you're farting in like the four corners, but it's pretty cool. It's something you got to experience to really understand. Bluetooth wireless connectivity for telephone and audio. One thing I want to notice too, so this is a power tilt and telescope steering wheel. These are actual magnesium shift paddles here, so you can use these, but they're really magnesium. They're shiny, they're well polished, they're actually a little cold to the touch because they're true metal. A lot of places, a lot of other manufacturers will give you some sort of plastic mounted there, but nice thick rim steering wheel, definitely the sport package steering wheel. Dual zone automatic climate control up here. You got a single zone for the rear, so it's really a 3-zone climate system. This is kind of cool. A little bit over engineering, but when you want to use your cup holders, you hit this button and the whole thing just motors forward and reveals two very clean, nice chrome cup holders. The glove box release is in kind of a peculiar spot. Hit that up here on the dashboard, pops right open. You get your full books in there with 2 keys. Rear view camera, again, navigation, fantastic Bose sound system in this car. So you got that all dialed right in. Panoramic roof, as I noted, right above us. But I think it's about time to go take this baby for a spin. So I'm out on the road in the V-Sport. First impressions, man, what a solid car. And a small feeling car. I love the steering wheel. It's got big cutouts right at 2 and 10, and these magnesium shifters too. But Very, very comfortable, very quiet. You know, the Cadillac, you got to figure comfy, quiet. It's Cadillac's hallmark. I'm on a super bumpy road that literally there's no squeaks or rattles in this car. Drives like brand new. Tracks perfectly straight. But I mean, what a nice layout. Everything. This is the CTS V-Sport premium model, which I really want to stress. That gives you this beautiful suede and leather at the top here. More of a little bit of a more rustic wood cut, but the Kona leather, this is my favorite. I love off-color interiors like this. You know, it's actually a two-tone interior because it's black, but it's got the Kona orange, or I guess I'd almost call it baseball glove style insert. But heads-up display is working. I'm going 39 miles an hour. Got a power tilt and telescope steering wheel if I want it. I could heat the wheel because it is a pretty cold day in Chicago today. But you got xenon headlamps up front, the park sensors front and rear. That's one of the cool things I actually like about this car. If you ever see the new body CTS on the road, the LEDs that they put in, they look like almost like front fins on the car. When you see one coming at you in traffic, it's pretty remarkable. They're just good looking cars. Cadillac's really making some really awesome stuff these days. But the quality of everything in here is awesome. Like we were talking about the cup holder thing. So just push that and it takes care of it for you. Because I'm not strong enough to close it myself, but why put all that extra effort in when you're driving a Cadillac? Panoramic roof on this beautiful cloudy day, letting all the light shine in. So this button back here, it says mode on it. You can actually flip through the drive modes. I'm on touring right now, which this actually is paired with the magnetic ride control system. So touring is the softest setting. So that's going to be soft steering, soft suspension. But the magnetic ride will firm itself here when I go to sport. This amplifies a little bit of the drive line. It'll amplify the throttle. The transmission will shift a little bit quicker, and the suspension will firm up. And in tune, you'll actually get a little bit more feel from the steering, a little bit more feedback. I do think it's cool with the lane departure system in the park. These sensors in the seat it's pretty neat. It's if you start drifting out of your lane with the lane departure warning system set up, it literally will burp on this side of the seat, or it'll go burp on this side of the seat. So tuck you back in line. If you're not paying attention, it helps pay attention for you. A little more lively in the sport setting here. Mid-range torque is so impressive. That's what I love about all these turbo cars. Everybody builds turbo cars now, but you know, 420 horsepower. Remember when the Dodge Viper came out? That was 1992, and they built an 8-liter V10 with 400 horsepower. I mean, that was like unheard of. People really lost it over that. That was nuts. But it's the kind of car, if you stay in the touring mode, you don't even realize you got something that can basically just take off. But I'm in the sport mode. Once you go down with it, wow, that is some real thrust there. Holy cow. It's the first time I've opened up a V-Sport, but wow. And I was going 40 miles an hour there on the roll-on, so went just a touch over the speed limit. I love the layout, and these seats are great. Thing's got an awesome Bose sound system. You know, you can never demonstrate that through a video. That you'd never hear how truly great it is. But speakers all over. I should probably get the speaker count on it, but it's got to be high because the thing sounds amazing. It's coming right down to a stop. Aero straight brakes feel awesome. Brembo's on this. If you've ever driven Brembo brakes on the racetrack, they're very fade resistant. Give you a great firm pedal feel. They're kind of the standard, and I'm really glad to see a lot of the manufacturers have gone to those brakes, but they are pretty awesome. If you've spent racetrack time, you'd know exactly why. So think about this logic. This car was just under $70,000 when it was new. And for the price you could buy it at today, it's incredible. I mean, here, I tell you, take a guess at what you think this car's priced at. It's a 2014. Just got 48,000 miles on it. It's in fantastic condition, and it is the V-Sport premium model. So this was not a cheap car when new. But taking that into account, I would challenge you to go to MidwestAutoCollection.com and see what this vehicle is priced at. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. For virtually all the best tech you get in a new car today, and a 420 horsepower setup. Well, thanks for coming for a quick ride with me today, and I know I've really enjoyed this CTS V-Sport. If you've got any questions, obviously check out the website. You'll find a lot more pictures of this car, as well as a full description with all the factory equipment. MidwestAutoCollection.com. If you have any questions, call the boys. Phone number there is 630-940-2924. Again, thanks for going for a ride with me. We'll see you again soon.